to be able to do this, you need to know how to take the dot product of a vector. Okay, and the problem setup would look like this. Numbers separated by commas multiplied by numbers separated by commas, which is a completely new look, okay, for you. It's a very easy process, it's just different. And there could be 2 numbers in there, there could be 3 like you see on the screen, there could be 6 numbers in each parentheses. It doesn't matter, the process is the same. What you're going to do in this case is you are going to multiply the A times the D, the first 2 numbers together, the first 2 numbers in each vector, I guess we could call it. And then you're going to add that to the second 2 numbers multiplied together. And then you're going to add that to the third 2 numbers multiplied together. And then whatever that answer is, one number, that's the answer to what we call the dot product. This is written on the wall way up above the flag for 2 numbers. See how I have 2 vectors listed there with a dot? And it shows you that you take AC and add BD to it. That's for 2 numbers. I have 3 numbers up on the screen, and you could extrapolate that to any size. You would just keep adding until you ran out of numbers. You have to be able to do this to multiply matrices. Okay? So, for example, if we were going to take 2,5 times 3 negative 2, so if we were going to take 2,5 times 3 negative 2, we would take 2 times 3, which is 6, plus 5 times negative 2, which is negative 10. We would add those 2 numbers up and get an answer of negative 4. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to do a little practice. I want you to find the dot product of these 2 problems on your own. Before we move on, make sure that everybody can find a dot product. Go ahead. Okay. First one, you should have gotten negative 44. Do you agree? Okay. And the second one, 69. All right, so we're ready to move on from that. Good. Okay. Now, we're not going to do these necessarily because I think you know how to do it, but just know that the process stays the same with bigger ones. So that second one, you would just do the process, but you have 4 numbers to add up instead of 2. Does that make things more difficult for you? No, everybody's good there. Everybody can adjust to that. Okay, good. All right. We'll skip those. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to multiply 2 matrices together. And it involves taking a bunch of dot products. First, we have to determine if the matrices can be multiplied. Okay, well, you don't even know how to test it yet. I appreciate you trying, but they do not have to be identical. First, we have to identify the dimensions of each matrix. What are the dimensions of the first matrix? 2 by 3. Very good. What are the dimensions of the second matrix? 3 by 2. Now, here is how you tell if they can be multiplied. There's 4 numbers written up there for the dimensions. You want to look at the 2 on the inside. If they are the same, you can multiply the 2 matrices together. So if the 2 internal numbers are the same, we're a go on this one. We can continue the problem. And what you also learn from the dimensions is that the answer is going to be the outside two numbers. So my answer in this case would be a 2 by 2. So the inside numbers have to match for it to work. And the outside numbers, if it works, tells you the dimensions of the matrix. So our answer in this case would be 2 by 2. Okay? So this is the second hurdle we have to clear before we even get to multiplying matrices. First one, dot products. Second one, can we do the problem? Little hurdles that we have to clear. We're going very slow just to make sure we can get these before we move on to the Big Daddy. Okay? Okay, so, yes, sir.
What did you say?
So the question here is, can we multiply these two matrices together that look the same? We could have added them yesterday. Today, the first one has dimensions 3 by 1, and the second one has dimensions 3 by 1. Look at the internal numbers. They don't match. So this one you could not do if you were multiplying, because the internal numbers do not match. Adding and subtracting, they have to be identical. You worked on that yesterday, those of you that did your homework. You're all practiced up on it. Today, different story. You've got to be able to keep them separate. Okay. In this one, another example. First one is a 2 by 2. Second one is a 3 by 2. Notice that the internal numbers do not match, so we can't do it. Okay? So now, let's move on and actually do one. So we're going to multiply these two matrices together. There's the dimensions. The first one is a 2 by 2. The second one is a 2 by 3. We have to determine if it's doable. The internal numbers are the same, so we're good there. And our answer is going to be a 2 by 3. Okay? Now, here's the best way to set it up. You write the first one down, and then you write the second one above, like so. Okay? This is the easiest way I have found to do these. The answer matrix is going to appear right there. Okay? So now, in the upper left, we have to look and see what two parts of the problem line up with that answer element. And it looks to me like it would be this and this. The left column and the top row. So what we're going to do to get our answer is we are going to take the dot product of those two vectors. Top and left is going to give us the top left part of our answer. And you already know how to take dot products. We would take negative 2 times 9 plus 6 times 2, which I believe is negative 6. And that is the upper left element of our answer. We have to now repeat that 5 more times. And what you have to do is you have to figure out what you're going to take the dot product of for each spot. Okay, so now we're going to go next to the negative 6, to the right. What do you think we're going to take the dot product of? Negative 2 and 6, and 8 and negative 5. Very good. Negative 46. Okay, if you did it right. Okay, here's what I get for the rest of the answers. 40, 13, negative 2, 15. We would write 4, negative 2, 3, 4 times negative 1, 7, 2, 8 above. And our answer would go here. We know that the first one is a 2 by 2, and the second one is a 2 by 2, which means that the internal numbers match, so we're good, and the answer is going to be a 2 by 2. Our first dot product, upper left, is going to be 4, negative 2, dot, negative 1, 2. That's this and this, which are going to meet here. Yes, ma'am. Sorry, positive 2. Fix that. Okay. So that dot product is negative 4 plus negative 4, which is negative 8. Second one would be 4, negative 2, dot 7, 8, which is 28 plus negative 16, which is 12. Continuing, on the bottom we have 3, 4, dot, negative 1, 2, which is 5. And then we have 3, 4, 7, 8, which is 53.